Children, welcome to Sociology class. Children, after studying the scope of sociology, our next topic is the nature of sociology. So, as you know that the different sociologists have described some of the main characteristics which are called the nature of sociology, and it is necessary to know these characteristics because it has ended the ongoing controversy relating to the nature of sociology. So let us begin with the first characteristic. It is sociology is a social science, not a natural science. Natural sciences are like physics, chemistry, biology, astrology. They all are called the natural sciences, but here we see that sociology is a social science. It studies the social conditions or the society, not the natural conditions. So as we have already said that sociology is a social science which studies the different social groups, different institutions and different social relations and behaviors. So it takes interest in social world. Whatever is related to social, it is interested in that, not in the natural world. So though this subject sociology use the same methodology as the natural sciences use, but then too we can say that this is different from the other sciences which are the natural sciences like astrology, physics, chemistry, even geography, biology. It is different. So it is a social science, not a natural science. Second characteristic is sociology is a categorical science, not a normative science. Categorical means it is something very definite, and normative means something which is related to norms of behavior. So it relates to what is existing in reality, and it is not related with what should be done. So it studies what is, means how is the society, how are the social conditions. It is not related to how should be the society or how should be the social conditions or behavior or any other thing. So as a science, sociology is silent over the questions of values, and it does not decide those directions. It is not concerned with the norms. It is not normative. Sociology does not tell in which direction the society should proceed, or it recommends any social policy. It studies the society as it is. It does not suggest any norms. So we say that it is categorical, means it is very definite science but not a normative science. Sociology can tell what were the social values of a specific society. There are many kinds of societies, like urban, like rural, like primitive societies, like modern societies, like western, eastern, like this. So it tells that what were the social conditions of a specific society in a certain period of time, but it cannot tell in idealistic way whether they did more good than harm they brought to the society, right? So it represents or it studies the societies as it is, how they were in the past and how they are in the present, right? So it does not suggest any norms. Third nature or the third characteristic of sociology is that sociology is a pure science, not an applied science. Pure science means sociology is independent, right? And it is not applied. I am explaining it. Sociology collects the knowledge about human society. So how this knowledge can be applied to decide the policy or to make any decisions is beyond the scope of sociology. It is a pure science. It studies the matter. It is independent, but it does not apply it anywhere. It does not make any policies. It does not take any decisions. It is not the scope of sociology. It only collects the knowledge about human society. For example, physicists do not make bridges, right? The people who are related to physics, they teach the subject matter of physics. They tell about the physics, but they themselves do not make bridges. Psychologists do not cure the pneumonia patients, though they study the psychology, right? Then we can say here that the chemists do not make medicines for the patients. They just sell the medicines as it is, but they do not make medicines for the patients. So in the same way, sociologists do not make social policies. They study the society, they study the social conditions, but they do not make social policies. They do not ask the legislatures to make what laws and abolish which laws, like this, right? So they study only the conditions, but they never suggest any policies, nor they ask to help the poor, lame, blind, delinquents, etc. They just study the conditions, causes, effects, etc. As a pure science, sociology collects the data on social facts which are useful to different interest groups of society, such as administrator, legislator, industrialist, teacher, foreman, social worker, or ordinary citizen. So as a pure science, sociology only collects the data on social facts, and this data can be useful in different groups, like the groups of administrators, legislators, industrialists, teachers, and many other. Okay, so it is a pure science and not applied science. Fourth point is, sociology is an abstract science, not a concrete science. Means in sociology we study the behavior patterns, abstract, something abstract which cannot be touched. It can be felt, it can be seen, felt, but not concrete. So it is an abstract science, not a concrete science. Means concrete means real or definite. So sociology does not study the concrete aspect of human phenomena, but it studies the design and norms which these phenomena acquire. For example, we can see that sociology is not interested in wars and revolutions, but interested in wars and revolutions which are the part of social change. So sociology is not related, or it is not interested in the wars, right, or in any actions or in any happenings, but it is related to the social changes which occur due to those conditions, due to those wars and all. Okay, so social changes are abstract and wars are concrete. So sociology is never interested in concrete. It is not the study field of sociology, but it studies the abstract forms. So it is interested in social changes because they these are the social changes which bring out the conflicts, right, or competitions, or any change in any social structure. So sociologists do not take interest in Japanese or Americans or British, German or Indian, but they are interested in the fact that despite the differences in their origin and culture, they live in a common human society. So they are not interested individually in all these people, like who's Japanese, Americans, British, but it is interested in their culture and in their society. So it is an abstract science, it is not a concrete science. Then the next feature or characteristic feature is that it is both rational and empirical science. In sociology, facts are collected after inspecting them with extreme care. Whenever the researches are conducted on anything, there are many steps which are covered when we are collecting the data. Sociology does not make any conclusion or any prediction. First of all, it is inspected carefully, right? So after comparative study of these facts, their classification, establishing their mutual relationships, sociology presents some general principles, but after the wise inspection. These principles are verified with empirical evidence for authenticity. So we say that it is both rational and it is empirical, because it tests it gives the evidences for authenticity. So in this context, Robert Best says that the focus of sociology may be a special one, as is the focus of every other science, but its area of inquiry is general. So it studies the general conditions of social life, but we can say that it is rational. It does not accept the things as it is. Some tests are conducted, some researches are conducted, and it proves the evidences. So we say that it is both rational and empirical. And the last feature is that sociology is a general science and not a special science. Social relations and social interactions in an integral part of all the activities of human life are studied in sociology. These interactions may relate to economics or politics or moral or religious or entertainment or legal or mental. In fact, sociology is concerned with the study of those phenomena which are general in all types of human interactions. So it is a general science and it is not a special science. All forms of social relationships are studied in sociology, not only some special forms. So all these are the characteristic features of sociology. So we have discussed here the nature of sociology.